Hey, so technology is pretty whack, yeah? Like, you can communicate with somebody on the opposite side of the world as though you were having a regular conversation with them. Or like how that little computer in your back pocket contains all of human history within it. And how you can get to the opposite side of the planet all within mere hours. But like, how did we get from there to here? Well, gather round. I have a story to tell you. $3.3 million years ago, the first piece of technology was created. It was revolutionary. The simple act of turning stone into tool took no more than a few seconds. This allowed men to hunt. This allowed man to kill. A sharpened stone killed prey, a sharpened stone cut wood, a sharpened stone built shelter, a sharpened stone was the beginning. Pass 1 million years and we have already tamed fire. The destroyer of worlds, the most basic of weapons. The flower that we feared had become our friend. Became used as a tool, became used as a weapon. Fire birthed, fire killed. Fire created, fire destroyed. Minus another 800,000 years and we have our first technological upgrade. Using the bones of those we killed made our stone tools obsolete. We did then what we now do best. We industrialized. We refined. 600,000 years more and we have our first forms of transportation. Boats. Boats allowed us to travel sparse distances en masse, and for the first time in human history, we were well and truly on the move. 400,000 years still, and again, we have refined. We hafted our tools. We created ease of use. Creating became more efficient. Killing became easier. What came next would revolutionize what it meant to be human. What came next would change the way that humans work. What came next would define the way that humans work. What came next was language. "50,000 years more, the origin of language. Language allowed us to communicate. Language allowed us to write. Language allowed us to read. Language allowed us to agree. Language allowed us to disagree. Language allowed us to understand. Language allowed us to befriend." But perhaps the most powerful part of language, the bit that sets us apart from any other species on Earth, the part that gave way to the greatest technological breakthroughs ever. Language allowed us to question our world. It's what got us to where we are as a species today. After language, it all sort of spiraled out of control. Agriculture, domestication, tanned leather, and alcohol fermentation. Cities, ocean-faring ships, docks, even more industrialization because that's what we're so good at apparently. I mean, who do you think got us into this mess? Saddles, crossbows, proper iron currency, trebuchets, gears, blast furnaces, flamethrowers, windmills, porcelain, gunpowder. This is where things sort of derailed a bit. Rifles, capacitors, steam engines, proper anesthetics, internal combustion engines, steam locomotives, and the printing press. Steam turbines, aircraft, and the ballpoint f***ing pen. Zeppelins, fixed-wing aircraft, first free flight, and tanks. Liquid-fueled rockets, nuclear fission, the V2 rocket, thermonuclear weapons. Calculators, email, space stations, miniature computers that you can carry in your f***ing pocket. Spacecraft that use the winds of the sun itself for propulsion. Computers that can do advanced calculations in mere seconds. Rockets that can take us to the nearest celestial body within days. Oh yeah, and those last 16 things? From steam turbines to advanced modern-day rocketry, that took only 1 century. Nay, the first attempt to put a human mark in space began with Sputnik. That was in 1957, and it's now 2020. And missions to return to the Moon and Mars have already been planned. 1 million years to get from stone to fire, from the most basic of tools. And then only 100 years of technological advancements took us from flimsy single-seater canvas propellant-driven aircraft to massive thrust-driven spaceships. How clever are we? Who knows where the future will take us technologically? But I know one thing for sure. It's going to be one hell of a ride.